Luke, the Gospel of Luke. We just got finished studying the book of Acts, which was also written by Luke, so his writing should seem familiar. But we already studied the Gospel of Matthew, so why do we need to study another gospel? Aren't they all the same? Actually, no. So they contradict each other, making them irrelevant and full of errors. Also no. Have you ever been in a car crash or been a witness to one? I was sitting in a stoplight, minding my own business, about to turn right, and somebody was making a left turn across from me and just went straight into the side of my van all the way down the side. I was very thankful that I was there and somebody else wasn't there because I was in a big van. That car wasn't going to hurt me. But at the same time, I was very thankful that there were others around that could see what had happened, because otherwise it was just me and the other car and his word against mine of what happened and whose fault it was. So why do the police get each individual story from everyone who saw the car accident? That seems boring and redundant and kind of pointless, right? But in collecting the same story from multiple perspectives, the police are able to put together a much clearer, well-rounded picture of what actually happened. The same thing is true with the Bible and the Gospels. But why would we look at another Gospel when we've only ever gone through 2 other books of the Bible so far? Because the entire Bible centers around Jesus. And I want you to know that and understand that and have a much clearer picture of that when we're starting. So back to Luke. What do you remember about Luke, the person? Pause this, do your research, and comment what you find. Luke was a doctor, a physician, so he's very detail-oriented in his account, which is why his is the longest of all the Gospels. When was the book of Luke written? Pause this and look that up. Given that this is his account of the events that took place before the book of Acts, and we had the book of Acts around 80 AD, I would say that this was written around 60 AD. Now for the second Bible study question, who was the original intended audience? The answer of this is actually in verse 3 of chapter 1 in Luke. Pause this and comment what you find. Who is the book of Luke written to? Theophilus. Do you remember what I said last time in the book of Acts about Theophilus? I think this could have been a code name for Greek or Roman followers of Jesus. You'll find much less Jewish influence as in Matthew's gospel, and there's much more of a higher learning, kind of like Luke, in his audience. So now how can all of that information help us answer question number 4 about the cultural context? Luke is wordy and detailed, so it may not be for everyone, but because of that, there are details in Luke's gospel that are not included in any other account. So it helps us get the whole picture. The most important thing you can do here is not to read this as a 21st century person, but you should read it as an educated skeptic who just missed the life of Jesus, even though it happened right under your nose. We will not go over this gospel with as much depth as we did the Gospel of Matthew, but hopefully this context and what we do learn will help you be able to study it better on your own time. We will focus on some of the key aspects that are represented exclusively and uniquely in Luke's account of the life of Jesus. Share this if you found this interesting and want someone else to see it. Subscribe to keep up with all the shorts and full episodes.